Hi Aries, and welcome to your March 2021 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to talk to you about the energies coming in for your sign in the month of March. I'm really happy to be here talking to you all Aries. I love your time of the year, which is coming at the end of March. Happy birthday to those of you aging up this month. Aries season will be coming on. I'll try to make a video about that and really dive into what it means collectively. But for you, I am feeling only good things, okay, for this month. Pisces season is weird for you, and it's usually like deeper than you'd like. There's some kind of emotional confusion that is there. But try to not get too concerned. It's like the time is just clicking. The time is ticking, and it's the clock is almost to the point where things just get like a lot easier just through like time and time passed. So by like the end of March, things should be like really easy. I think you're gonna have fun. I think that you're taking on new things. I think that new beginnings are proliferating everywhere for you, and that you have an abundance of opportunities coming into you by the end of the month. So we'll look a little bit in this reading at some of the difficulty. We'll touch on it lightly. I really don't want to talk about too many difficult things for Aries right now because 2020 was too much of difficulty, and now we've got to offset some of these experiences with positivity, and that's kind of, there's such thing as toxic positivity. There's such thing as being like positive to a fault. But you guys had all the time in the world last year to, look into the shadow, look into the difficulty, look into the negative aspects and limitations. And I think that now nothing harmful can come to you from positivity this month, especially towards the end of the month. There's a need for you to offset some of the features of your life, I think, with a lighter touch, lighter colors, lighter exercise regimens, lighter maybe food regimens or something. Something needs to lighten up, lighter colored curtains or something, like just in your visual field. Lighter colors are good. Everything has to lighten up for you, especially if it's been dark or austere. If you've always been wearing dark colors, always having like dark things around you and keeping it dark, because that might lead to a different kind of heaviness as well. And I do feel that there's still a heaviness inside. You've got the Devil coming up, you've got the Hermit coming up, you've got Seven of Pentacles, so there is a darkness still here, Six of Pentacles as well. But I mean, look, you've got Page of Wands, Temperance, and the Fool, so that's going to that's going to take precedence to these darker experiences. So do whatever you can to add a lighter touch to other aspects of your life to facilitate this, okay? Very specifically, I'm feeling that Aries needs to rescind any type of heavy connections in their life, okay? Any type of people that are really hard to handle, any types of people who have a harshness or heaviness about their emotional disposition, like people who have got to purge emotions with you, people who have got to, always be calling other people, always be speaking meanly or speaking harshly about others with you, a need to always gossip, a need to always put other people down. Any heavy presences in your life like that of people who are just like really a lot to handle, really draining and not nice, maybe, I would try to distance myself if I were you. You've really got to, again, connecting to lighter touches and lighter experiences. People in your life, okay, presences in your life, it feels that this is the most important thing of this reading, is that you need people who are just lighter and less draining. So I'm thinking a lot of your energy is getting drained out by like overbearing presences. So for Aries, this month, it's really good to get a lighter presences so that you have more energy to pursue your goals. You'd be surprised about how much just getting back to yourself and getting back to your own essence can open the door for so many other new pursuits, which there should be an abundant amount of this month. But let's look at the week-to-week Aries, and let's see what else is coming in for you in March, and we'll get more specific, okay? Week number 1, you've got the Page of Wands rooted down by the Hermit. So creative insight, again, is coming through more of a solitude or through more of a disconnection and detachment from other people in your life. You are needing to forge your own way, your own path to some degree, perhaps starting your own business or starting your own, even just your own spiritual practice. The Hermit is also much about spirituality and about understanding of the self. And you're maybe finding a very creative way with Page of Wands to understand yourself, to understand what you want. in a different way, okay? So it's not maybe seen through the lens of other people what's good for you. You know, having like family members who always wanted you to be that doctor or lawyer, that's sort of like understanding what you could be through the lens of another person. Now maybe you're on a path to see like that through the lens of yourself, and maybe the doctor or lawyer path is still like right for you, but how does that change when you're looking at it through the lens of yourself? Because you're going to be able to activate it in a much better way through seeing it that way. So just try to really disconnect and see if like distance doesn't just give you a lot finer idea of what you need for you. Okay, week number 2, you have the devil rooted down by temperance. So this is interesting. It's like right as you get more onto a self determining path, right as you get more into you, when it comes to seeing the outside world, and instead of relying on others to determine that for you, it's there can be a cleanse that has to happen. I've actually seen this in my own life too, where living by myself recently, I've seen that it took time and recovery actually from like having always lived with other people like my whole life. And that required like just a time to like almost be hungover from that energetic experience of always being energized through others. And not everyone's like that. You know, this depends on the chart. Some people can easily like live with others and not get an emotional tie in the same way. Even Aries is a sign that can do that. But just what I'm seeing for you is evocative of needing a time of recovery, needing a time of cleansing and purifying the body, purifying the energy by maybe just getting some of that out. So journaling is really good. Audio journals, just talking about how you feel with maybe a record of that is also good to get a better idea of where you stand. I definitely recommend some type of like cleanse for you in the second week too. The devil and temperance together are actually similar energies, and it says to me that there might be some kind of toxin, or there might be some kind of course this depends on the person and you can't say this for everybody, but just really pay attention to any feelings of unwellness or any feelings of illness. You could even like be eating food that's not great, or be consuming something that's not good. Definitely beware of like alcohol or any type of anything that is just a toxic and very okay, so let's frame this up a little bit differently. Anything that you know is just not good for you, and there's no contention there, or there's no arguing otherwise. You know, nobody can argue that alcohol is good for someone. Nobody can argue that caffeine is good for someone, actually. I mean, coffee has, for example, a very medicinal effect, but the caffeine element itself is not good for anybody at all in any way. So, for example, like energy drinks, I mean, coffee is okay because there are positive health effects of coffee, but things that are just caffeinated to be caffeinated, like sodas and energy drinks, no one can ever argue that they're good for you in any way. You know, so things like that. And then also like people who might be like alcohol, or people who might be like caffeine as an energy, you know, people that you cannot argue are good for you in any way. Really do try to cleanse yourself of these experiences and of these like interpersonal dynamics that you just know are not good for you in any way. And that's going to create a type of balance for you that's very wholesome. The Temperance is such a good card to get this month because we're coming out of Aquarius season. Temperance is like the Aquarius archetype. It's pouring from one into another. So I think that you're having that in the second week too. Like you might be taking your output into one area of your life and pulling out a little bit and placing elsewhere. So change in career, change in location, change in energy is possible. Week number 3, you have the 8 of Pentacles rooted down by the 7 of Pentacles. Good chronological order coming up there. You're working hard on something. It's like you're redoing your life. There's a life redo for Aries in this time, and that's really beautiful to see because you guys have a lot of components of you, I feel, that just need restructured or reordered to create a much healthier, prosperous person. And that's what the third week is. That's your season coming on too. So you're seeing everything. You're seeing all that you've come out the other side with. You're seeing all of the aspects and components of your life lined up in front of you. And then it's like you go right to work and you start sprucing them up, or you start maybe making the perfect resume, or you start making the perfect business and structuring it, and you start organizing all of the things you've come out with and deciding what to keep and what not to keep. All those things that I'm talking around are really good for your third week. And you move into the fourth week with the Six of Pentacles rooted down by the Fool, with hopefully the ability to leap right out of these like transactional contractual, okay, relationships. Six of Pentacles is about contracts, and I'm hoping you're able to kind of leave those things behind, because the Aquarius energy is very equalizing. So Six of Pentacles is not a very relevant energy right now, where, you know, which side are you on? Are you the person who's giving, or are you the person who, you know, is begging or receiving, or anything like that should also really start to conclude. And I mean, this can be happening in very hidden ways. You know, you can be in a what seems like a totally even-handed friendship with someone and not realize that there's a very even like obnoxious sometimes like give and take or lack of compromise within the relationship. Like people could be using you and you don't even know it. Or like you're going to restaurants or something, or going out to eat with people once a week, and they're just there for you to like pay for their meal. They're not there for the, you know, relationship of it. There are things like that I feel coming up for Aries that is requiring, and that's connecting back to the devil energy as well. It's requiring a type of editing, okay, of some of the experiences that you have been having for so long now. Because ultimately, I think Aries, almost more than any other sign, is up for like a new adventure, or up for a new world experience, or new world view even comes in. And it might be the case that you need to plan it to travel, or plan to experience new horizons. And I know that not all of us can do that yet, or it's not like really appropriate yet for some people, depending on circumstances and many other factors. But trying to look at things that way, you know, like where am I going in the future? What is my life entailing of? What ways can I sort of broaden my horizons and broaden my view, even if that's not through travel, like through study, or through seeing other experiences. Even hearing other people's stories could be really good too. You can actually, just by like striking up a conversation with someone or hearing another person's story, really make karmic progress in your own experience without having to face the same battles that they did, that you might have had to end up facing to learn like what they've learned. So it's just really good for study, really good for mentorship, and really good for other people's perspectives too. Okay. But yeah, everything's just going to point you back this month to new leap of faith, the Fool energy, you know, Page of Wands, Temperance, cleaning things up, getting more creative, really reordering some of the components of your life to a more healthy disposition is what your month is revolving around. You know, you've got the Devil, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hermit, and there are a few like kind of cold things that you're still wrapping up and might still be feeling until the end of the month, but ultimately it's your season. Happy birthday to those of you aging up, and I hope you've enjoyed this general reading. I am going to put together an extended for you all over on Patreon, so why not treat yourself to the extended reading. I also do weekly forecasts and a lot of other bonus content over there, so it might be a great birthday gift for yourself to check it out. I'm going to link that in the center of your screen and below in the description box, where I have a lot of other useful links. You can subscribe, like, and comment on the video. I really appreciate that. And without further ado, Aries, let's jump over to Patreon for your extended reading. Much love. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.